Okay, so here's the last one on your test. It is number 4. Make sure that you're answering the question afterwards because it is going to count towards your retest. And then you're going to answer 2 questions, and that's going to count for more than the video, watching the videos. So 50% is for the videos, then the 2 questions is 25 for each. So make sure that you are following through and doing everything. So number 4, a lot of students got this one incorrect because there were 2 of them that looked like they were the correct amount. So they picked the one that they thought was the closest, I guess. But you really need to look at everything, not just the points, but the titles too. So here it says the owner of a food cart sells an average of 120 frozen treats per day during the summer. Which graph best shows this relationship between the number of days and the number of frozen treats? So I'm going to go ahead and draw, like I always do, I draw a table. You have X and you have Y. So the X, if you notice, it says per day. So this is going to be the number of days. And then the frozen treats, it's going to be Y. So the number, depending on how many days go through, that's how many treats you sell. So the Y depends on X, or the number of treats depends on how many days went through. So that's why when you have day 1, you have 120, day 2 is 240, day 3 is 360. So that's correct. Now, if you notice for B and B, could be correct, so that's a possible one. A is a possible one. C is under 100, so that's not possible. And then D is also under 100, so that's not possible. So I know that that's wrong. So if you look at the points only, A and B are both correct. But now, because there's 2 answers, you need to really look at them. So you got to look at the other things that are involved. So you have the numbers, the intervals for X are correct, and the intervals for Y are correct. So let's look at the titles. So if you look at A, it says the number of frozen treats sold. Well, if you look at A, X should be the number of days. So if you realize that should be the number of days, and that's what makes letter A incorrect. Let's look at letter B. So letter B says number of dates. That's correct. So that's X. And then the number of treats is for Y, and that's correct. So my answer here is B. So always be very careful as to looking not only at the points, you have to also look at the titles. So good luck on your retest, and hope you score better than you did on your test.